This is Jenny Campana with the Nebraska Department of Transportation. We're going to start here shortly with Tim Wander. We will be recording this session and we will push that out later with the press release following the event, along with a bookmark YouTube video from our release earlier today. With that, Tim, we'll let you get started. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to District 2's Moving the Metro Press Conference, where we will talk about this year's construction projects in the Metro area and how that will affect travelers, and hopefully have a smooth summer of their construction. With me today, I also have District Construction Engineer Marv Leach, who will be called upon to answer specific questions if I get to that. This first slide I want to talk about is our Work Zone Awareness Week, which is this year is April 26th through April 30th. NDOT is partnering with the AGC, which is the Associated General Contractors, AGC Nebraska chapter, to help bring attention to work zone safety and how important it is for the driver, the worker, and their families. Our slogan for 2021 is slow down, phone down. Billboards will be up across the state expressing the safety message. April 28th is also Go Orange Day to help recognize the importance of work zone safety. When you come upon a construction zone, please slow down, follow construction signs or flag person directions, increase your following distance, be patient, do not drive distracted, and always remember, buckle up, phone down. This slide here shows an example of our summer work zone billboard, where our slogan, slow down and phone down, is prominent. Speeding through work zones continues to be problematic, and also please put your phones down while driving, whether in a construction zone or not. It takes only a split second of distracted driving for a catastrophe to occur. We'll now move into the program for this year. This map shows the program, the projects that will be under construction in District 2 location, District 2 area, which is our 5-county area, starting with Dodge, Washington, Douglas, Sarpy, and the North Cass County. The green lines show projects that are carryover projects for 2020, and the orange are 2021 projects. As I go through the slides today, I'm going to I'll pause in between each segment to take questions in case there are any specific questions on any particular segment. This slide just shows the work in the Fremont area going west toward Rogers and the Columbus area. I've already covered this in the previously recorded message. Are there any questions at all on the work that's in the Fremont area? Okay, thank you. First project I want to talk about then in the Omaha Metro is here on the West Dodge Road between US 275 and US 6, which is 204th Street is US 6, so west of there on the Skyline Road interchange. This is an aerial showing that specific project. This project consists of new pavement, new bridge approaches, repair of the bridge, and then an asphalt overlay. The work is 1 mile long, will be $1.3 million worth of work. We'll start this summer with completion also this fall. There's one segment here that will affect traffic in the westbound off-ramp to Skyline. We will be building a chute fly here to remove and rebuild the pavement at the ramp door. Once that is completed, the traffic will be shifted onto this little chute fly, and we will complete the pavement repair right there at the ramp. And that will happen in June, July timeframe of this year. Are there any questions about this particular project? Okay, back to our program slide. There are two projects on Interstate 80. One is you come into Omaha, and actually several projects on Interstate 80. First one is out here on from Highway 66 interchange, which is the Mooney interchange on the west side of the Platte River, all the way to Highway 50 interchange. This will be a pavement repair, a joint sealing project, 16 and a half miles in length, $4.3 million worth of work. We'll start this May and be completed this fall. It is limited to night work and also 2-mile closures, or two lane closures will be restricted to 2 miles in length on any particular segment of the highway. Are there any questions on this project? Thank you. The next project, as we travel into Omaha, is from on I-680 from the interchange with system interchange at I-80 all the way up to 4th Street. This is also a pavement repair and a joint sealing project. It's 5.8 miles long, $5.6 million worth of work. We'll start this spring and be completed this fall. Again, night work, so that traffic disruptions will be minimized. Are there any questions on this project? Okay. Next project, which is going to affect the most traffic in the metro area this year, is on I-80 between 84th and the Little Papio Creek. This slide is an aerial view showing a close-up of this particular project. It's 2 miles in length, worth $10.2 million. We'll start this summer and be completed in the spring of 2022. On the west end are the replacement of the approach slabs and the bridge repair of the 84th Street and the Big Papio Creek bridges. We're carrying about 174,000 vehicles per day over I-80 at this location. And on the west end, or east end, you see the Little Papio Creek, where we have average daily traffic of 182,000 vehicles per day. The 2 west bridges, because we are replacing the approach slab, will require phased construction, where traffic will be affected. Little Papio Creek Bridge is just a bridge repair with an asphalt overlay. All this work can occur at night, and the contractor will be allowed to work in the eastbound direction during the College World Series and Olympic swim trials. The rest of the project will have the Olympic swim trials and College World Series break from June 11th to June 5th, where no work will be occurring. This slide is of the close-up of the 84th Street and the Big Papio Creek work. This is actually phase 2 that you're looking at. Phase 1 is to build crossovers through the median and put traffic head-to-head in the eastbound direction. This will be done with 2 crossovers. We're also reducing traffic from 4 lanes to 3 lanes in each direction, so there will be some queuing on the interstate. This phase can begin on July 6th, and you can see the ramps that are closed, the 84th Street eastbound on-loop, eastbound on-ramp, and the westbound on-loop. And off the slide, the 72nd Street westbound on-ramp will also be closed. This is a 50-day calendar phase. Upon completion of this phase, westbound traffic will be reverted back to the westbound lanes, and the westbound loops and ramps can open at that time. After this phase, phases 3 and 4 are in the eastbound direction, and we keep traffic in the same configuration as you see in the eastbound direction and work on the inside lanes of the bridge. Upon completion of the bridges, those 2 bridges, we will then shift traffic to the inside and work on the outside lanes. With total completion of the bridge work, we are anticipating to be done by Thanksgiving of this year. The anticipated closure time period for the 84th Street eastbound ramps is 115 calendar days. The asphalt overlays that will be done on all 3 bridges, we anticipate will happen next spring. There are incentives and disincentives on this project, where we have a maximum incentive of $180,000 to be completed so that the contract can be completed before Thanksgiving. And there are disincentives in this particular phase of $70,000 per day because we're affecting both lanes and both directions of traffic. On any other phase, it's half of that because we're only affecting the eastbound lanes and $35,000 per day. Are there any questions on this project? Okay, thank you. Next project I want to talk about is down the Green project and it's a carryover from 2019 or 2020. This project was a bridge repair and an asphalt overlay on 4 sets of bridges, or the 4 eastbound bridges, 50th Street, 42nd Street, 34th Street, and I-80 over 480. Most of the work was completed last year, but this year we still have two segments to complete, which is Phase 7, which is the asphalt overlay on the 50th Street and the 42nd Street Bridge. This work will commence this spring and should be completed before summer starts and will be done at night. Are there any questions on this carryover project? Thank you. Next project in the Omaha Metro is actually 2 projects down in the 480 system interchange with the US 75 North Freeway, and then the big structure from 20th Street to the Missouri River. This is an aerial showing both of those projects in the downtown area. 480 comes from the south, travels through the system interchange and then over to Iowa, across the Missouri River. And at the system interchange with US 75 North Freeway continues north off of 480. First project is the Creighton Area Bridges project. There are 11 bridges here that will need bridge repair. It's $3.8 million worth of work. We'll start this July, be completed this fall. You'll have extensive phasing to complete this work, and it will be done at night to minimize effects to the travel. Second project is the 20th Street to Missouri River I-480 project. It actually starts at 20th Street where the bridge starts, and it completes at the pier close to the Missouri River, where this pier acts as basically an abutment for the structure to the west and start of the Missouri River bridge to the east. It's 1.2 miles in length. It's worth $43.9 million. It has already started this spring in March, and its estimated completion is spring of 2023. This will require extensive phasing to complete this project with 30-day closure of I-480 in both directions to replace the approach slab and to repair the abutment at 20th Street. There are also extensive ramp closures necessary for construction with some nighttime and long-term closures of these ramps. For example, 20th Street eastbound off-ramp will be closed for 30 days, and that closure will be separate from the mainline eastbound 480 closure. 70th Street westbound on-ramp, Chicago Street up to the bridge will have the pavement replaced, which will require a 45-day closure to complete that work. 14th Street off-ramp and 14th Street on-ramp in the eastbound direction will be closed 15 days each. What makes this project so interesting and difficult is that all the bearing devices were required to be replaced, and that requires jacking the bridge off the piers at several locations by temporary shoring towers while the bridges are open to traffic. Not only are we affecting traffic, but we're also affecting parking as well. Underneath the bridge are leased parking lots, as this project also then requires extensive coordination and phasing with Omaha on parking lot closures beneath the structure. This slide shows you the expansion piers where we have to replace the bearings. There are 8 of those in each direction, plus the abutment repair provides us 228 bearings that have to be replaced. There are fixed piers along this segment, which are about approximately 60 of those. Those also need to be repaired. These are the parking lots that are underneath the structure. Parking lots 1, 6, and 7 are leased by private individuals. Parking lots in blue 2 through 5, 8, 9, and 10 are leased to the city of Omaha. There are 3 types of parking lot closures: long terms, which are more than 48 continuous hours; short term, which are less than 48 hours; and partial closures, where we just need to work around a pier where the parking lot basically will be open except for specific parking stalls around the piers. Again, this is the location of the expansion piers. What we're showing here is that this segment of the bridge from 20th Street to 12th Street is constructed with what's called a tub girder, which has a variance inside, which requires this extensive repair. East of there is an I-beam construction, which is a little bit different repair. Assuming a 40-foot radius around each one of the bearing device piers. We then work on the phasing. The contractor can use lot 1, which is right at 20th Street, as a staging and storage area for 2 years. Lots 2 through 5 can be worked on this year. And then after we complete the repair on those lots, the city will rebuild those lots after our work is completed. Expansion piers in lots 6 and 7 are limited to a 90-day closure. Parking lots 8 and 9 are limited to 30 days of short-term or partial closures. Any remaining work on those lots 2 through 10 will be done on short-term or partial closures. And lots 11 through 14 are limited to 30 days of short-term or partial closures. We do have disincentives in order to speed the contractor's work up on each one of the closure periods. We do have a College World Series Olympic swim trials specification on this project. Lot number 1 will be closed for the entire 2-year period. Lots 2 through 5 can be worked on this year during the College World Series and the Olympic swim trials. But any parking east of 15th Street cannot be closed or affected during this first College World Series and Olympic swim trials event. We work into the College World Series of next year, which those dates are shown. We cannot impact any of the parking or the traffic or pedestrian movements except for lot 1 where it's closed for the entire period. We're now back to the project map, program map, and that completes my presentation. Do we have any questions?
Please note that if you've had a chance to review the video and after listening to Tim's presentation, if you have follow-up questions on any of the materials that have been provided, please email them to Jenny Campana at jeni.campana@nebraska.gov and we'll get those answered for you. We have recorded this session and we will be pushing that with a press release this afternoon, along with a bookmark YouTube video from the previously provided presentation. Thank you all for coming today.
Thank you.